So before we jump into today's session, I just wanted to remind everyone of a few technical details. First of all, if you're having any technical issues throughout this session, feel free to send a private chat to Pilar or Evangeline, or you can send an email to meetings@nasaglobe.org. Um, Please take a moment to say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're joining us from. Say hello to the community. And also, if you need captions or translations, you can click on the three buttons on the lower right where it says more. There are three dots there. And under captions, you will see what you need for captions or translation. And finally, if you can, please rename yourself. Make sure that your name includes your country or your role. You can do that by clicking on there's two ways to do it. If you go to your picture, to your square, and click on the three dots in the upper right, you'll see rename there. Or if you go to the participant list next to your name, you'll see a way to rename yourself. Next slide, please. So today is one session in a series of sessions that are follow-ups from the annual meeting that occurred last summer, last July. We are following up with that meeting with a series of sessions that enable us to continue the celebration. We want to continue to celebrate Globe's 30th anniversary and celebrate the accomplishments of the Globe community. And we want to continue our focus on strengthening connections across the community, allowing you all to learn from each other, to build on what's happening across the world and across all of the regions, and continue to support your engagement with Earth system science. Ultimately, we hope that all of these opportunities to continue learning and growing and connecting will help sustain your work with Globe in all of the regions. And so, yeah, so we're really looking forward to today's session. But I just want to mention very quickly, next slide, please, Pilar, that we do have some sessions that are being planned. First of all, you can find all of the information about all of the learning sessions on our website. It's under the annual meeting events, and you'll see that we have all the learning sessions listed with recordings from prior sessions, and then links when they become available to register for future sessions. And the link to that page on our website is in the chat. We do have some sessions that are coming up being planned for January and February. One will focus on e-training, and a third session in the series on engaging alumni. And then we will have a session in February focused on the experiences of the UNITAR Global Diplomacy Initiative Fellows, and another session focused on lake observations as well. And we may have a few more sessions as well, so just pay attention to our website. Take a look also at the news brief when you receive that, and that will have registration links for any sessions where we have dates confirmed. Next slide, please. So today, and during today's session, we really wanted to celebrate the work that's been happening in the regions over the past year in 2025. We thought this might be a great time to hear about what's been happening in each region, and we invited all of the regional coordinators to share some of that with us. We asked them to focus on 2 or 3 highlights from the year. And I just want to recognize that there's a lot of work happening in all of the regions, so I'm sure it was difficult for most of them to narrow in on a few highlights, but just want to recognize there's a lot going on. But in order to squeeze everybody into this hour time frame, we wanted to make sure we're focused on the most meaningful highlights from the year. So, and at the end, we will have an opportunity for questions and answers. So for those of you who are listening in at that point, after we hear from all of our regional coordinators, you'll have a chance to ask your questions. And you can also, throughout the session, we do have a Padlet set up, and you can add your questions into the Padlet as well. Afterwards, we will have a few closing remarks. Unfortunately, Rebecca's unable to be with us today. But we'll have some closing remarks at the end and wrap up with some additional information. Next slide, please. I just want to mention we have 6 globe regions. You can see all the regions here on the map. At last count, we had 127 countries. So all of those are labeled here, and just recognizing all of the great work happening all over the world. Next slide, please. And with that, I think we can begin hearing from our regional coordinators. We'll hear first from Mark Brettenny in Africa, then Desh Bandhu from the Asia and Pacific region, then Dana Votápková and Lenka Kleger from Europe and Eurasia. Mariana Savino is unable to be here today, so we have Josefina Gonzalez, who will be representing the Latin America and Caribbean region, and then Salma Ahmad Al Zubi from Near East and North Africa, and Jen Bourgeault from North America. And so with that, I think I will turn it over to Mark. Next slide, please. And again, as I mentioned, feel free to add any of your questions in the Padlet. Okay, with that, Mark, take it away.
Thank you, Jackie, and thank you everyone for this opportunity to be able to do a short feedback. As Jackie indicated, there's many things happening which we are not able to, condense into this short session. Next slide, please. Okay, so we were thinking of just focusing on the 3 kind of main events that we've been doing, or focus areas that we've been working on, for the past couple of months. And number 1 is the collaboration with the NASA JEDI mission, and JEDI is the Global Ecosystem Dynamics Investigation, which to us was an opportunity for more than one meeting more than one objective of the GLOW program, and that is being, collecting data, aligning with the actual NASA satellite mission, and also to encourage regional collaboration and get the whole of the GLOW community to be engaged in this event. And to that end, we've managed to get all the regions working on this together. We've had nice collaboration. We have nice communication going. Many of the regional people attended the sessions that that okay, so sorry. Many of the regions requested sessions from the University of Northern Arizona, and we did that. We gave them a full write-up of the project, what we will do, and how it will unfold. And so we've had lots of collaboration on those, and I'm happy to report that even though we didn't meet the targets that we anticipated, there was a lot of challenges on the website. Uganda, for instance, had much more investigation data that they submitted, but it couldn't go into the system because the system was down or something. We had some challenge with the system. But needless to say, we had good collaboration from the whole region. So thank you very much for that, for everybody that participated. Next slide, please. Okay, so another one of our focus areas has been the Planet Walk Africa, and this is like the 3rd year of actually walking this with the Planet Walker. And this leg saw us covering close to 700 kilometers in the 3 months that we've been walking. And during that time, we've also contributed towards the database or the data collection of the satellite missions, and not only that one, CloudSat, Calypso, not Calypso, but CloudSat, and other data were recorded on while they were walking, tree-height measurements and land cover and all sorts of other data. But in addition to that, we also met up with communities, local communities on the way. We did teacher training workshops, we did community engagement, we did school collaborations, and we just got all of the people on the trek engaged, or on the route engaged. And even though the route was through the Karoo, we had some opportunities to actually collect data with school groups and kids. And so there's a lot of interest in the GLOW program, and there's a lot of interest to go back and do backup or follow-up training at these schools that were engaged on the route. And some of the other schools, the peripheral schools that we couldn't get to, they are also showing an interest to be part of the Planet Walk. and of the next leg of the event. Next slide, please. And the last section that we were also looking at was uh, getting getting as much capacity building sessions going as possible, and getting opportunities for countries to be trained that we initially had planned to do the training, but due to circumstances we couldn't go ahead and do this training. But we still carried on doing the teacher training in the Gambia. We did Namibia, we did Seychelles, Mauritius, and here on the slide below, you can see the ambassador for Seychelles and Mauritius. He actually attended that workshop for the second time, and he was very keen. And he's still promoting the program, and he's still supporting the program in Mauritius and in Seychelles. And in addition to that, we also got feedback or a call from from the U.S. Embassy in Ethiopia. So the same ESH person that was a regional ESH person that was in Seychelles and Mauritius. He is now in Ethiopia, and he wants to re-engage the program in Ethiopia. The awards that were received by schools in Mauritius, they've entered many competitions in addition to the Globe, and they use Globe protocol and the IVSS and all of the materials that they've developed, and they actually won a couple of prizes on those. And the one on top here, this is like a community engaging youth in the community and just entice them in science activity. And this was one of the rivers that we were looking at the quality of the water on the top left hand side. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, so that is my 4.3 minutes. Thank you very much, everyone. Please feel free to ask the questions when you have them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark. What an amazing set of opportunities you have to engage educators and youth with Globe protocols. And as Evangeline said in the chat, it's just wonderful to see the students engage through Planet Walk. Our next speaker, next slide, please, Pilar. Our next speaker is Desh from Asia Pacific. Desh, we can hand it over to you.
Okay, thank you very much. This is Delhi is getting cold. Anyway, it's okay. We had a lot of activities which we had in our region. I have only 5 slides to show. So I will try to take only activities which are really important. The one was we worked very hard for the wetlands, and 5th Asia Pacific Virtual Wetland Symposium was held, and then there were 15 research presentations from 6 countries. The students, they participated and presented their activities, and regional celebration of students-led environmental science. So that was very successful. And then there were students and the stories from Thailand, from Sri Lanka, Mongolia, Taiwan, and they presented various studies and various activities which they have done. And it was great to have so many students from many countries to come and make presentation on their activities. And these activities were presented in association with the teachers and the scientists in their countries. May I have the next slide? We had a regional meeting, which was participated 34 participants. This was 3 days activities, and we shared the report from each country. What is the journey, globe journey they have done? Explored GISN tools with a live demonstration. And we also had presentations on NISAR, that is a satellite between ISRO and the NASA. We had presentation which was by a ISRO scientists, very useful. And we had discussion on the regional goals around fundraising, alumni engagements, and scientific network. And we try to find out what are the different agencies, funding agencies in the region, and we try to share with that with the country coordinators in our region. Can I have the next slide? Then we had these freshwater activities, which really had May 23rd, bringing water science alive, like what was the title of that? Freshwater microinvertebrates protocol. That was one of the theme for that. Highlight species as indicator of water quality. Engage teachers, students, and citizen scientists across the region. We had 5 students teams. Philippines presented real investigations, turning classroom learning into applied environmental research. We had also some participants like coming the Latin America and the Caribbean lake region express interest in collaboration with the AP, and the discussion we have in future, like one school from there, they wanted to have a collaboration with the school in Philippines to set up together project and activities for which we have been working together and try to see that how we can really we can do this, and also developing of the inter-regional cooperation that was very successful in this activity. Next slide, please. Then we had a lot of activity like one mosquito campaign. We had a campaign that grew beyond data. Countries involved were in Nepal, Taiwan, Thailand, Philippines, Bangladesh, and we had one more country from LAC, that is Peru. We had 275 data points were collected. But the real story is that we had students began turning data into research questions and the community awareness. So that was something much beyond than only the data collection. That was also developing the research projects, asking questions in the community awareness. Moscow to ecosystems like after the campaign, school in Thailand, Taiwan, Nepal, and Philippines explained their investigations like on water, wetlands, water bodies, biodiversity, ecosystem health. Students linked vector-borne disease risks with broader environmental issues, and they demonstrated how the science can help them and try to build up a long-term inquiry. The impact of this activity was a catalyst for ongoing students' research and scientific thinking across the region. So this is very successful activity which we have. Then still many countries are continuing with this campaign, and which is very successful. And many countries in the region, they are like, for example, in Taiwan, they don't have mosquito problem as such. We have in other countries, but still they were interested and the students were interested doing this. Next slide. Then we had 6 like virtual wetland symposium. 158 participants from 5 countries participated. There were 17 students teachers presentations. In fact, this continued for 2 days. Focus was protecting vital ecosystem for a sustainable future, because the water is very important component for our activities in our region. Strong emphasis on data visualization, global hydrology protocols across country collaboration, that was discussed over there. Why this symposium matters? water quality and pollution, invasive species, soil health and biodiversity, air quality and climate impact. In fact, one of the presentation from Mongolia on air quality was very well done, and that was very interesting and very useful. And maybe in the next year, we will have this campaign on air quality, hopefully. Key impacts of this was the build scientific confidence among the students, strengthening environmental literacy, connected youth across the region together, because there were a lot more interest among the students to work in future, reinforced AP RCO's mission to nurture future environmental leaders in the region. Next slide is thank you very much. And I think I have not taken more than 5 minutes. Thank you very much. If you have any question to ask, collaborating with us, you are welcome to do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Desh. It's so wonderful to hear about all the events that you've held over the last year, and to hear about the ways in which you're engaging youth and educators, engaging countries and alumni. So thank you for that summary of your highlights. Next slide, please, Pilar. I'm now going to turn it over to Dana and Lenka to talk about highlights from the Europe and Eurasia region. And again, as a reminder, Evangeline just put it in the chat. We do have a Padlet if you have any questions for our regional coordinators or any comments about their presentations celebrating their work. Please feel free to add that in the Padlet. And so with that, I will turn it over to Dana and Lenka.
Yeah. So thank you, Jackie. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. We'd like to thank you for organizing this session, because we are really happy to celebrate the highlights from our regions together, to meet together. And yeah, first let me introduce our team. You can see Bara in the middle. She's not available today, and Lenka is here together with me, and she will give presentation. Yeah, so please, next slide. Yeah, so here is a map of our region. Only for your idea, we have 45 countries signed for GLOBE. And I think more than 25 countries are really active, or very active ones. So you can see it's a lot of countries, a lot of diversity. And it's really nice to work with such a great coordinators in our region. So next slide, please. Yeah, this is such a not please. I will, before we go through the video, I'd like to introduce and say a few words. So this year, it was a really special year for us. We all celebrated 30th anniversary of the GLOBE program. And you know, in our region, we have quite a lot of coordinators that are involved in the GLOBE program since the beginning, or at least for 20 years. So it was really nice to celebrate all things together. And many activities were realized, many campaigns, many events were organized in countries by coordinators and also by regional office. And yeah, it's a really very difficult to choose one or two highlights. All of our active coordinators are really fantastic. They are supportive, they organize events, they support teachers, they collaborate on many activities, they collaborate with scientists, experts, and also with other countries. We have a lot of collaboration in our region among countries. And I think, or we think that, or we are sure, not we think, we are sure that all of our coordinators are GLOBE stars. And we have prepared special video to highlight the achievements of our coordinators. So now if you can show the video. We can't hear the
Pilar,
music.
Pilar, I think you might have to just share your computer sound. we had tested this, but
Yeah.
things like this happen.
It's just the music, so it's okay if it doesn't go.
No, okay, sorry about that.
That's okay. Just start it again and we'll see.
Okay.
So yes, thank you. So you can see all coordinators are our globe stars. They do fantastic things, and we shared this video at the regional meeting in November to give a really big thanks to coordinators that put such a great effort to development of globe in countries. So we can go to the next slide. Yes, yeah. So if you are interested in more details, what was happening in our region, so we can recommend you this Padlet. We also use at the regional meeting to share the success stories in countries, where you can read a lot about the development in countries, what was organized there, because each country coordinator can choose from 1 to 3 really highlight from the country and put it to the to this Padlet. So there are many. When you go to the, I can then put to the chat the link to the Padlet, and it's also in the presentation, so you can really see and read many stories, and it's a nice inspiration also to each other and such a source for collaboration, of course. And now I think I can give floor to Lenka, and she can continue with 2 more
Okay,
slides.
thank you, Dana. I just want to say that the link to Padlet is now in the chat. Perhaps we can repeat it if you want to enter it. And yeah, I'll be really happy to follow up on what Dana was saying and on the video, and share with you a little bit about the European Phenology campaign that is quite a big activity in our region, and we are very happy to be a coordinator of this activity for almost 10 years now. So it's a long tradition in our region. Students across the region observe the seasonal changes of trees. And if I may ask for the next slide. Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, and yeah, it's a yeah, you can see it's been running for a very long time and growing over the time. So this autumn, for example, we had 230 schools from 21 countries joining, which means about 4,000 students from so many countries join the activity and observe how the trees are coloring in the autumn and losing leaves. But not just that, they are also exchanging the pictures, communicating together, starting collaboration. And for many schools, they started collaboration a long time ago on phenology, and it grew into various different cooperation on different globe topics. So it's kind of opening topic for many schools. And we are very happy for that. And of course, again, the big thanks go to the amazing coordinators in our region who are communicating with the schools and sharing the information, promoting the campaign and helping the schools to stay involved. And of course, there are many data being collected. So this autumn, there were 2,400 measurements shared in the Globe database. So we think that's really amazing, and we are very happy for that. And we also have Padlet, one more Padlet for you, where we collected information and examples from schools. These are information that schools send us, so directly from them, videos, Padlets, Wakelets, many sources. So we will also put it into the chat. So that was a very quick glimpse into the campaign. And next slide, please. So thank you very much. Thank you for listening to our stories and to our video. And yeah, any questions are really welcome later on. Dana,
Thank
do you
you,
want to add?
Lenka.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. We are happy for questions from your side.
Yeah, thank you so much, Donna. Thank you, Lenka. That was really amazing to hear. And I love that celebratory video and always love hearing the updates on the phonology campaign. So thank you. Very wonderful. And just wanted to recognize in the chat the comment about the collaboration between Ireland and Ghana. So love hearing whenever there's collaborations across the regions. Fantastic work. Our next presentation is from Latin America and Caribbean. And as I mentioned, Mariana unfortunately is unable to be here, so Josefina Gonzalez will fill in her place. And Josefina, I can pass it over to you.
Hi, thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity. Next slide, please. Thank you. This year, we carried two in-person workshops for teachers. The first one took place in Ecuador in May at the University of Tourism Specialists, where 26 teachers were certified. It was led by Ana Prieto from Argentina. The second workshop took place in the Bahamas in July, where 46 teachers were certified, and it was led by Claudia Caro from Peru. Next slide, please. Thank you. This year, we conduct 3 virtual workshops focused on the themes of our campaign, Trees Within LAC. The first workshop on urban head island took place in May and was led by Andrea Ventoso from Uruguay with 33 teachers certified. The second workshop on mangroves was held in September and led by Claudia Caro, certifying 23 teachers. And the third workshop on mosquitoes took place in October and was led by Ana Prieto from Argentina with 18 teachers certified. So next slide, please. Thank you. This year, total for 495,025 data points were collected between January 1st and November 25th. Next slide, please. This year, we crowd for 4 intensive observation periods in our region. And next slide, please. Thank you. Lastly, the campaign committee developed 4 learning activities available in Spanish, English, and Portuguese, focused on the campaign card topics around head island, mangroves, and mosquito. So, well, that's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Josefina. Really wonderful to hear. And that, as Liana mentioned in the chat, that over 92,000 data points for the Trees campaign is phenomenal. That's really great. And really wonderful to hear also about the trainings for the educators and the workshops that you ran. So thank you so much for presenting and sharing today and for all of your work.
Thank you.
Next slide, please. Next slide, please, Pilar. Thank you. And our next speaker is going to be Salma from the Nina region. Salma, I'm looking forward to hearing from you as well. So take it away.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you for this meeting and to join many people. They are with us now. Thank you for all of them. Thank you for organize this meeting for the ADC group Globe team there. And the beginning, I will, next slide, please. We will talk now. I'll take time to tell all of the people who's interested about Nina Globe team or Nina Globe. At the beginning, I will thanks for all the country coordinator in our region because they work with us as a good. They are we are encourage them and they are work is very good as a team in our region. We have 13 countries in our region, but the activity just only 11. And we have many things to tell you, but in this time we will tell short list information to sharing. So we will start with Oman team outstanding performer in the research project and competition. And integrate to the GLOBE protocol into the curriculum and implemented countries to enhance experience learning. This is very important for our GLOBE program to sustainable in the future. If they they looks like damage with or interacted the GLOBE program in the curriculum with as a learning activity, and the student they accept that and they will help him in the studies in the subject of the classroom and in the curriculum. They help him for our GLOBE program to sustainable in the future. And for successful in national and regional intervention to the collaborate and analyze the scientific data. So we will share how many data until now we have collect in the the beginning when the GLOBE start in the region. And we tell you about Tunisia. Tunisia now they are active this year. They come back and active as a new as a country, and this collaboration with the Ministry of Education and also the Tunisia Embassy in Jordan. Globe Jordan has technology workshop to increase globe.gov literacy in May 6, 2025, with a collaboration with the ADC, GIO Islam, and he came to Jordan and make this session or this training success. Next slide, please. So we have our successful Nash of Nina Globe podcast. We have a podcast. We have 2 sessions until now, but next week we will share all the videos, links to all of the who's need to look of them. 6 countries have on Globe Star Award, and some countries they have on more than once time. Integrate of global protocols into national curriculum. It's again in 8 countries specific. That is very good for number. And the regional collaboration and partnership. We have 9 to 10 November this month, we have the regional conference and it was success. I appreciate what the country coordinator they doing. Thank you again for them. So our Globe Nina number, we have this huge number. We are proud of this because all the time we have challenge, but this, if you're looking for our numbers is wonderful. So please, next slide. Thank you very much. If you have any question, we are here. So thank you very much for.
Thank you so much, Selma. Really wonderful to hear also about how you're integrating the curriculum I love hearing about the partnerships that you're building across the region and with others. So thank you so much for your presentation and for sharing with us today. Next slide, please. Before we dive into our last presentation, I just want to remind you also again that you can enter any questions. A lot of people are entering questions in the chat, which is great. So there's a lot of questions there. Feel free to add any questions into the Padlet as well, and we will return to them in a few minutes when we have some time here. So our next presentation, last but not least, is coming from the North America region from Jen. And Jen, I will hand it over to you.
All right, thank you. Okay, so I just highlighted a couple things in this. Hopefully my colleagues are going to put some links in to all of our resources that we've developed over the last year. This is our team in front of our soil tent or water tent. So I'll show you that in a minute. Next slide. The first thing that we wanted to talk about was our 2025 virtual student research symposia. We could not do an in-person. We do regional, usually we do regional ones, 6 of them across the country, and they're in person. This year we had to change to a virtual one. So we had 100, and it was a very short turnaround. We had 114 students and 41 projects. Our model was we still had students presenting to each other. And then we also had them getting feedback from STEM professionals live during the research symposia. We had 25 states represented. And we also had career panels and student presentations, and then again, those breakout rooms. Next slide. We did develop 2 resources. These may or may not be helpful internationally. The first thing we did was we designed an Airtable equipment database. So this is searchable by protocol, by grade level, etc. It has the specs, the specifications for the equipment, and then it does have links to vendors for the equipment along with the prices. So you can check that out, and it's definitely something we can talk about if this would help your in your countries or in your regions to have a copy of this with links to your vendors. The other thing we developed was a partner user guide Padlet, and that has links to parts of the Globe website. It's kind of like a quick start guide. And of course, we use Padlet. No surprise there. I'm a big fan. Next slide. Another big thing that we did this year and in previous years as well is we developed the soil and water tent. If any of you were in Fredonia, New York for the annual meeting, we did bring our soil and water tent for you to see in person. We developed some curriculum to go with the tents that is all available online. And we took our soil and water tent, which was funded by the USDA Forest Service, and then we were able to expand that, and other Globe partners received support to purchase their own tents and materials. So we have 15 additional tents in 9 US states that go out. And in New Hampshire alone, we have reached over 15,000 participants. So multiply that by the other 15 tents or 14 tents that we have, and you get a pretty big impact for these. And these are designed for K through 4, so elementary school. But we just heard that we just had a high school take it, and I guess it went really well. So even though it was designed around elementary Globe, it sounds like it could also be in high school or upper grades. So it's pretty exciting. Next slide. The other thing that has been happening over the last couple years, 2 years, is we've had mini grants. So these were very small grants, and they were available for United States Globe partners. They were $5,000 US dollars. And over the 2 years, we've had 10 of these mini grants distributed. The last one that we had was up in Washington, the state of Washington, and it was to support preschoolers exploring their environment with Globe. So there is a link there for the news article that was just published about this. Super cute. Next slide. We also a nod to our colleagues across the pond. The phenology campaign that they have put together has been really a model for us and to a launching point for our own phenology campaign here in North America. Here's just a link to the 2024 fall results, but which was published in 2025. But we have continued to support and expand that. So we definitely welcome continued sharing and hope that more people collect these green up, green down data in the future. Next slide. Every year for the last several years, we've done a partnership yearbook. So we collect information from Globe partners about what they've accomplished in that year. And so we published the 2024 yearbook this year, and now we are working on the 2025 yearbook. The 2025 yearbook is going to be a little bit different because what we're asking Globe partners to do is over the past 30 years, whether they've been a Globe partner for 1 year or 5 years or 15 or 30 years, we're asking them to highlight 3 of their biggest accomplishments that they have had over the 30 years or however long that they've had their existence. So the yearbook this year is a celebration of 30 years of Globe in the United States of America. And so we're hoping to capture those stories and highlights from the Globe partners and publish that this year. Next slide. So then, just like everyone else, Globe partners have done a lot of amazing things. We have our news stories, and I just wanted to highlight those. For awards and recognition, we had the Yes Medal, which was awarded to Dr. Elena Sparrow. Dr. Michael Notaro, he's actually, I saw him in here. He received a Public Science Engagement Award from the University of Wisconsin. And then we had our Globe partners and educators that were recognized at the annual meeting. We also had several students that received awards or scholarships based on their Globe work. So that's highlighted over there. And so I've also highlighted Providence presentations at their Student Research Symposium and Christine Cody, who is a U.S. educator in the who is accepted into the UNITAR Fellowship. Next slide. And I definitely don't have time to go through these. I know I'm at time, so but I just wanted to again highlight these are some of the highlights that were in our news stories. So we had partnership workshops and activities, where Globe appeared, and also resources that we've developed, such as tips to download Globe data. And then there is a Sparks course, which is an introduction to Globe. So I think that covers it, but hopefully there's a lot of links you can follow here later on and learn more. I think that's my last slide.
Love it, Jen. Thank you so much. Really amazing to hear from everyone. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Globe to me is really, it's all about connection, and hearing from all of you today, it's really clear how those connections are being made from, your in-person and virtual workshops and symposia and meetings, to the ways in which you're connecting across regions even, or connecting partners within regions, or the example from Nina of connecting Globe protocols into the curriculum. There's so many connections to be made. And I love also just hearing about youth connecting with the earth, right? And hearing about the educators connecting with the earth as well and connecting with each other. So thank you all for your work, and thanks to the people within your regions, your country coordinators, educators, and youth who are doing this work. Really amazing to hear, and I'm so glad we have this opportunity to celebrate. Before we close, we do have a couple of questions in the Padlet. Also, there's one for Josefina around using data, satellite data. Do you have activities where you are using satellite data? I don't know if you want to say a couple of words to address that question. I don't know if Josefina is still on or able to come on to the audio. We can come back to you, Josefina. There's also another question in the Padlet for Salma around the language of the podcast, and if you can share a link to that. And you could share it in the link in the Padlet or in the chat if you have that available.
Yes. Yes, we have sorry for the podcast. It's in Arabic, but we will try to translate. And if you go to the YouTube, I think because we will share it in the YouTube, I think you can find the translate for the from Arabic to English language. Right now we have it just only Arabic.
Thank you, Salma. Thank you. And I also want to note, as was noted in the chat as well, all of those resources from the North America region are included in the Padlet as well. So the links are in the chat as well as in the Padlet. You can feel free to return to the Padlet later at any time. So again, thank you all. Thanks to all of our regional coordinators today for sharing with us. Thanks for highlighting all of this wonderful work again, and just amazing accomplishments from 2025. I'm looking at some of my team, wondering if anyone, Evangeline, Pradipti, Aslam, or Amy, if you want to say anything at this point as well.
I think I just echoed, I just put it in the chat. So inspiring. We know all the incredible work you all do, but it's so heartening and so wonderful. And we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everything you have done and continue to do.
Yeah, I just put it in the chat too. Globe really wouldn't be possible without our RCOs. So thank you so much. And thank you for making the time to present today.
Wonderful. Thank you. I also see Josefina, for those who were asking the question around the satellite data, Josefina just put a link in the chat as well for that. So I just want to, before we wrap up, I want to share two other things. Next slide, please, Pilar. One, just a reminder, keep an eye on our website. I think I do know we do not yet have the registration link up for the e-training. That date was just solidified yesterday. So keep an eye. In the next couple of days, you should see the registration link for the e-training updates. And we'll have a summary for that for you, and everything that should be up there very soon. So keep an eye out for that. And then as we determine dates for the other sessions, we will post those as well on our website. And next slide, please. We do have a feedback form. For all of our learning sessions, we collect feedback, so we're really happy to hear from you. What did you think? How did it go today? Did you learn anything? And we take your feedback seriously, and we'll use them for our planning of the next sessions. So please feel free to complete that feedback form. We value your thoughts and your feedback. Once again, I just want to extend my appreciation to all of our regional coordinators and to all of our partners and country coordinators and educators and youth for all of the valuable work. Thank you all for engaging with each other, with Globe, with the Earth. I think we've got some great work happening all over the world. So thank you all. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Thank you.